Hey, this is Ginger. And it occurred to me that in order to connect with all of you, that it would probably be a good idea if I did an introductory video and I shared a little bit about who I am and what I want to accomplish here. And then that way, because one of the things that I keep hearing in the veterans community is that a lot of people think that online business is a scam. And it's not. I've seen a couple of scams over the years that were perpetuated on people, but for the most part, a lot of what goes on online is legitimate business. I mean, if you go to Amazon, people are selling everything from books to uh, skincare and all kinds of different things. You go to eBay, you can buy cars over there and different types of things, and billions of dollars in in revenue are generated using the internet. And so what I want to do is kind of introduce myself here and tell you a little bit about myself, and then you'll understand where I'm coming from. And the system that I'm developing here to help you start a business is going to focus on your interest and the selling shovels concept. And selling shovels is basically selling tools that help people do business online. But eventually, what I want to do is help you develop a primary business that's around your interests. So, say if you're a golfing, if it's you play golf for fun or whatever, for a hobby, um, maybe you can develop a site around that, or different things. Or for those who want to start a business or already have a business but don't have a website, I'm going to show you how to develop those, because it's not the prettiest website that gets the most traffic. If you've ever been to Craigslist, Craigslist is ugly. But Craigslist is one of the top 50 most visited websites on the internet today. It gets a huge amount of traffic. And if you know Craig Newmark is a big supporter of veterans. Craig spends a lot of time over on Google Plus, and so he's a great person to go and connect with and get to know because he does support veterans. But if you've been to his website, it's not pretty. But his website generates about $10 million a year, and he does that simply from selling classified ads for apartment listings and different things like that. 28, I believe $1 million is made every 28 minutes on eBay. So there's just a ton of revenue that's being generated online that's all legitimate. Billions and billions and billions of dollars are being spent, and what I want to teach you how to do is tap into that and tap into all of that money and create an income for you and your family so that you have choices. Because what happens, even if you're disabled, you know, what do you do if your claim gets denied? Or what do you do if there are medical services that you need that the VA doesn't provide? What do you do? There's huge gaps in the system, and I'm not here to discuss the politics of Veterans Affairs or anything else. What I'm here to do is for us to develop these resources to help our fellow veterans. There are another good example. Transitional housing. There's nothing for homeless veterans. Okay, if a veteran ends up homeless for any reason, he has the same options available to him that are available to everyone else within his community, and he has to compete for those resources. There's nothing special to really help homeless veterans. And I know this because I've done a tremendous amount of research in order to figure out where I fit in terms of really getting out there and helping veterans. I do a lot of referrals. I talk to a lot of people a lot of veterans behind closed doors. And so those of us who are in a position to where we can develop ourselves and develop our resources and build businesses and grow and develop these resources, we need to do this. Our brothers and sisters need us. And so that's really what I'm committed to doing here, because only about 9% of American veterans own businesses. And we're in an economy right now that a lot of veterans are struggling to get jobs. A lot of veterans can't find jobs. And it may be one of those situations where we need to make our own jobs, because we're in an economy where there's just as much opportunity. You just may have to look in a different place in order to find that opportunity. And so this is basically what I'm going to teach you. Now, I went over to Google and I typed in my name, and I want to show you. I'm going to take you through the first page of Google, and I'm going to show you some of the stuff that I've been doing, because I want you to understand where I'm coming from, and I want you to understand that I'm a real person. And so if you go up here and you look at the first link up here, you can see that right there. This actually goes to my website, and you can't see all of it because of the way I have the frame set up. But if you look here, I'm working on a system called the Mind, Body, and Spirit Business, because one of the things that I learned from having post-traumatic stress and depression is that when you start treating that, you have to have a mind, body, and spirit approach to the whole thing, because sometimes what's going on with you inside can be mental, and sometimes what's going on inside of you can actually be sick. Like, the doctors found out I had a thyroid condition. Well, thyroid it's a medical condition. It's a physical thing. So anyway, I got really involved in alternative medicine, and so now I'm developing an approach called the Mind, Body, and Spirit Business. And it's all about looking at yourself as a whole, and looking at all these different areas and getting all these different areas in your life to work together. And then once you do that, then you go out and you look at the three major areas of your life, which is health, relationships, and wealth. And you apply this to those areas of your life so that you reach your goals. And so anyway, you can go over here, you can check out my website, and you can click the About Me tab and see some of the things that I've been involved in over the years, because I've been in business online for since 2001, and this is my website. It it needs to be updated. I think the front page, sometimes my headlines are a little hypey. But okay, there we go. I am tremendously involved. Alright, why am I not? Okay. I am tremendously involved in social networking. And once I teach you how to set up a website and get the pieces in place for your businesses, then I'm going to take you in and I'm going to start teaching you marketing. And I'm going to show you where the traffic is, because like I said before, it doesn't matter how pretty your website is. What's important is that your website is effective, that it converts. Okay, and it needs to convert for whatever it is. If you're selling, we have a member on the board who sells motorcycle parts, Dion. And Dion has graciously agreed to allow me to use his website in a case study. And so I'm going to be working on his website while we're doing this process. And I'm going to take you through and show you how all of this works. And I'm going to show him the techniques that he needs to apply to his website in order to make it more effective. The most important thing that you can do here is marketing. It doesn't matter how great your product is. It doesn't matter what you're selling. If nobody knows about it, you've basically wasted your time in even building a website at all. So you have to market. Okay? Once we get the pieces in place for your business, then even if you, let's say you're an author or an artist, you know, um, a service provider, okay, 40% of your time still needs to be spent on marketing so that you get the sales coming in. And I'm going to show you, we're going to discuss email marketing here because in situations like that, you want to build up a following. And you want to have a following because then this allows you to send out an email and say, hey, you know what, this is what's going on. I just did this particular piece of art, or I just wrote this book, or whatever, and you've got an instant audience for what you do. Okay, if you're in a product business the way that I am, because I write books and ebooks and develop courses and things that are related to internet marketing, only about 25% of my time needs to be spent on product development. The rest of the time should be spent building my list, marketing, and that type of thing. And so you can see right here, this is Facebook. I'm connected to quite a few of you on Facebook, so I won't go there. I do have a presence on Twitter. Twitter is one of the top websites on the internet for internet marketing. So it's going to be one of those places where you do want to build a presence, and we'll get into that one too later, because I'm going to take you through the 12 most visited sites on the internet and show you where the traffic is and show you how to get that traffic. SlideShare. I found out the other day that I am one of the I'm part of the top 3% of influencers on this particular website, which means I got a ton of traffic last year from this website to my business. But I'm in the top 3% of influencers, and you can see some of the stuff I have going on here. And this is a document site. This particular website is a document site, and so you can create presentations and put them up here for your business. YouTube is video. I won't go there. I'm sure everybody is familiar with YouTube. Here is Amazon. In fact, I'll take you over here and I'll show you this, because this is actually where this is my profile for this is actually my books. You can see I sell books and ebooks, Kindles, on Amazon, and so I write about business, and so this is my Amazon profile. If you market on Amazon, you actually get two profiles. If you're an author, you have your author profile, which is the one that you see right here. The other one is as a book reviewer, and I'm also a top book reviewer on Amazon. So Million Marketers is another website. LinkedIn is business social networking. If you don't have a presence there, I would highly recommend it, because that's a great place, especially if you market any type of business to business products. So if you sell to other businesses as opposed to selling to the consumer, LinkedIn is a great place for you to be. Even if you do sell to consumers, LinkedIn may be a place that you want to go, because it will allow you to connect with others for all kinds of different things. Google Plus is another social network. Pinterest is the photos. It's one of the top sites that we will be talking about. We'll flip over here. Patriot Action. I have no idea what that is even for. Yahoo Contributor Network. Okay. This is a really good one right here, because Yahoo is ranked number 4 in the world for websites, okay? The most visited website on the internet is Google. I'm sorry, it's Facebook. In the United States, the number one visited website is Google, okay? Number two in the US is Facebook. Facebook is number one worldwide. Number three is YouTube, and number four is Yahoo. And Yahoo offers you all kinds of different opportunities for marketing, which I'm going to get into later. But one of the things that it's allowed me to do is publish my writing, because I write articles to market my business, and so this one allows me to publish my articles, and I don't get paid. I don't really make anything in terms of, because they do the pay-per-view thing or whatever, and so I get like a couple of bucks here and there for it. The biggest thing that this does for me is promotion, because it gets my name in front of people, and that's what I'm trying to tell you, is that and this is actually the number one article site on the internet. They don't list it as such, but in terms of content, if you're a content producer the way that I am, and you use content to market your business like articles and videos and things like that, Yahoo is a really great place to go. And they also have their answer site, and so you can go to the answer site and answer questions, and you can use that to drive traffic back to your website. And that'll be one of the things that we do here, is that I'm going to take you through and I'll show you these 12 different sites, and I'm going to show you how to market on each one so that you can get the traffic to your business and build your business and see some major growth in 2014. Okay, like I said, if you're really interested in who I am, you want to know more, you can certainly go over here and you can check me out in the search engines and everything. You can see up here there's about 19,000 entries. So you can go through here. There's actually an interview here with me. PR Log is a press release website, and I do have a bio over there. Goodreads is it's a site for book authors and their fans. Wattpad also is for authors. eZine Articles, after Yahoo, eZine Articles is one of the top. eZine Articles is actually the top article directory, and I've actually written, as you can see right here, I've written 535 articles to promote my business. This tells you about the article views, my achievements. You can read my bio, see some of the articles I've written. I mainly write about business, but I'm starting to branch out, because since I started the Mind, Body, and Spirit business concept, I am writing about health and relationships, because those are just as important as the wealth portion of it, because you can go out there and make all of this money, but if you don't have a life, what difference does it make? If you don't have your health, what difference does it make? And so that's why it's so important to put those three things together. And so I'm starting to publish some articles on this, and I actually have, these are all the different niches that I've actually been published in. And you can see my little badges down here, and plus you can see all of the different social networks that I'm on. You can see things about my business, and of course it allows me to list some of my books down here, which I'm really proud of, and I'm getting ready to update those. And so anyway, that's my introduction to me. After this, it's going to be about talking about the course. I'm going to take you step by step by step through this entire process. I'm going to show you how simple it is to set all of this stuff up, because really, if you can read and follow instructions and then market consistently, there's no reason why you cannot do this. It's really not that hard to do. The hardest part really is the consistency, because there are just some days I get up and I sit there and I start thinking about marketing, and I'm like, I can't do this. I can't think about it. So, if you can market consistently and you'll stick with me on this, and when you run into obstacles, if you'll bring those obstacles to me, we'll work on this together, because this is about economic self-sufficiency for you. Okay? This is about creating a way for me to continue to fund my projects within the veterans community. So it means that we have to work together as a team. But as veterans, we already understand this concept. And so if you'll just follow along with me and follow the instructions and do what I'm about to show you, you're going to see success here. And you're going to be able to, some of you, maybe you just want some extra money every month. Goals will be something that we talk about, because this is extremely important, because you need to understand at the outset what is it you want to achieve here, because if you don't know, it's going to be difficult to get you where you need to go, because without some kind of goal in mind, and maybe you want to make extra money every month for a car payment. You want to make an extra $300 a month. That's really not that hard. Maybe some of you want economic self-sufficiency. I know with the South Africans, they were telling me that $2,000 a month can buy you a pretty decent life down there, and so that's a good stepping stone. I want to take you past that. But the most important thing I want you to do here, and this is your first homework assignment, I want you to sit down, I want you to figure out what you want to accomplish here. Okay? What is your objective? Do you want to make $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month, $10,000 a month? What do you hope to accomplish here? What is your end goal? Because if you have a goal and you write it down, you're going to be 97% ahead of those who don't. They did a study back in the 80s, and back in the 80s, they followed a class from Harvard. Okay? There were 100 people in the class. 10 years later, they went back and they looked at that class, and there were 3 people in that class, and those 3 people were making more money than the other 97 altogether. Okay, those 3 people out of that class were making more money than the other 97 put together. What they discovered was that these people had goals. They knew exactly what it was they wanted to achieve, and they had written those goals down and they stuck to them. So I want you to have goals here. What kind of goals do you have for your health? Okay? My goal for me here is to lose another 10 pounds. Okay? Because I lost 40 pounds last year. I want to get back in shape. I want to do 100 push-ups. It's always been a dream of mine. For whatever reason, I want to do 100 push-ups. And my health is good enough that there's no reason why I can't achieve that goal. It might take me a little while, but there's plenty of people out there my age that can do 100 push-ups. Relationships. What do you want to achieve with your relationships here? Do you want a better marriage? Do you want to find a husband or a wife or whatever? Do you want a better relationship with your children? Okay? The third one is wealth. What do you want to accomplish here? Do you want to earn $100,000 a year? Do you want to earn an extra $25,000 a year? What is it you want to achieve here? So figure out those 3 things right there. Write those goals down. And I want you to put them on an index card, a piece of paper, whatever. And I want you to look at those goals as many times a day as you can. Get that firmly stuck in your mind, what it is that you want to achieve here. And believe that you can achieve it too. because this is absolutely crucial to your success. We as veterans tend to sabotage ourselves because we think that we don't deserve something. That's not true. You know, we're the ones that went out there and fought and bled and died in some cases for the freedom that we enjoy today. Who deserves more to experience those things than we do? And so I want you to get the right mindset here, okay? And if you have any kind of obstacles or issues that you need to talk to behind closed doors, I want you to come and see me. We have other admins on the board. If you feel more comfortable talking to a male, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. I understand. But we do have multiple admins on the board, and we're all there and we're all happy to help you. And sometimes you have issues that you need to discuss behind closed doors that maybe you don't feel comfortable presenting on the board. Make sure you come and see us, because if you're having trouble, we want to help you out. um, the other thing is, it is a closed group. I do share stuff that I sell to the general public. I ask that you keep that information to yourself, because I do give my products away to veterans. I don't ask anything in return. You know, you just, you're my brothers and sisters, and so I'm here to help you, and I'm not gonna ask you anything for those. The current system that I'm developing and I'm going to share with you today is going to be $10 a month. That means everybody that comes in under me, I'm going to make $1 off of them a month. Well, you know, I have bills I have to pay too, and I spend a lot of time. I give up a lot of time and money and energy in the veterans community, and so I need to rebuild my resources in order to continue to do what I need to do in the veterans community. And I really need your understanding on this issue now. This is not about selling you anything. This is about creating a powerful group of veterans who are committed to economic empowerment, and we're committed to helping one another. And then once we get to where we need to be, then we can help those brothers and sisters who cannot help themselves. That's all I've got in this video. In the next video, I'm going to take you into the income calculator, and I'm going to explain the system in more detail. And then after that, it's just going to be taking you through and helping you set up the system. Thanks a lot.